Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another trading session. It is Friday today, so the end of the week is almost there. Yesterday we had a crazy day once again. So the price action was not clear in the NY session. In the morning NY session, price was just mumbling around, doing its own thing, and then after 11, the price took off to the downside, and eventually I really could profit from that move to the downside, almost being reaching the minus standard 4 deviation that we had projected yesterday. But yeah, here at the beginning of the morning, I was kind of bullish yesterday. My bias was kind of wrong, but I was able to mitigate the losses and do some profits. And then at the end of the session, I might play here a bit with the 15-second chart, so that's why you see so many orders here. But yeah, well, for today's action, honestly, I can't expect much because it's a Friday. But honestly, look into it. It's kind of funny because I still think we can eventually go to Asia's low, taking some sell side here. We still have London lows as well. So the first thing that I'm looking for is if we displace to the upside right at the beginning of the session, which is right now. So I will start to mark the 9:30 open here and see how it will react at the open. But honestly, I would like to see, my bias is kind of bearish, would like to see Asia's low being taken, and eventually yesterday's low as well. Since London just, I know that London did a downside move, but honestly, we took the buy side liquidity from yesterday's PM session with London, so I'm expecting eventually to seek lower from price action. But we will see. We will have to wait a bit. We will have to wait for the 9:30 open, which already took place, and now we will try to form a narrative in the bias. The plan B is we take London lows and eventually come to the upside with a reversal, trying to take out buy side liquidity, which is what I'm looking for as well. So we have two scenarios where we maintain the bearish curse and eventually target sell side liquidity on Asian low and yesterday's low, or we just take London lows and we shoot to the upside. So far we rejected midnight open, 8:30 open as well. So between 8 and 8:30 price shot to the upside, which is kind of tricky. And now we have 9:30 open, which I will mark here. It was this green candle right here. So we have to keep in mind that we are inside of a big 15-minute fair value gap. These green borders are the borders of the 15-minute fair value gap. So we have to keep that in mind. So price can eventually react to this bullish PD array and shoot to the upside. But yeah, for now, low hanging fruit is the London lows here. I will mark them as the first target, and we will see what price will do after it, after taking London's low. If price reacts after taking London's low and forms like some kind of a breaker structure with a displacement to the upside, then I will target these highs and eventually London high as well. And if we have no reaction here, and if price just keeps digging lower, then I will eventually target yesterday's low and see how price will respond here. Right now we have 10 a.m. news, so probably 10 a.m. news will give us some more hints about price action. We still have to have in mind that we still have data eyes from CPI. I think these was CPI or PPI. I don't recall it, but I guess just limit CPI. Yeah, it was CPI's price action. So we have those here as well. And if you can, as you can see, price is kind of stuck in between PD arrays. Right now we have a bearish 1 hour for value gap and a bullish one on the 15-minute. That's why price action is kind of stuck right now. So far price is just battling, honestly, with the up and down movement. There is no first presented for value gap yet. Just let me check in Q. And Q no for value gap as well. So this is in a 930 candle. There's also a order block here, which is now acting as an order block inside of a bearish PD array, the 15-minute PD array. So, and as you can see, it is being treated as an order block. Sorry, that was my door. So order block is being respected. Sell side liquidity, first target for the sell side liquidity is almost reached. We still don't have any kind of per value gap. We might have one here, but we need to have a closure first. No fair value gap, so price is really trying to decide itself where it wants to go. So right now we have displacement to the upside. Another touch inside this bearish fair value gap that is being respected, and it touched on midnight open as well. This order block got disrespected, so I will take this off. And now we are playing once again above 930 open. This might be the first presented fair value gap that I will mark here. Big displacement to the upside right now. Let me just check the candle size. Yeah, these are 20 handle candle size. So keep in mind your risk and your size as well. With 20 handle candles, if you're trading a 50k account, you barely can't open 2 micros. Yeah, with 20 handles, it's the maximum you can go with 2 micros. I think that would be maintaining a $200 risk would be 2 micros. So this is the first presented fair value gap. As you can see here, everything is too close. We have 930, midnight open, 830. So everything is too close, is too compacted. Yeah, there we go. The first piercing of the, as you can see, the first presented fair value gap got pierced to the downside. Let's see if it got pierced to the upside. If so, then we will probably have a boring day, or eventually everything will take place after 10, after news. Let me just put these to the right, just to have a better point of view. So far, the first presented fair value gap got inverted, but I don't think it will stay like this. There we go. It will pierce once again the first presented fair value gap. And if I zoom out here, I can see these lows here, and eventually these. And since London already took buy-side liquidity here from yesterday's New York PM session, I'm more inclined to see Asia lows and yesterday's low being attacked once again. But I wouldn't mind if price comes here, take out these highs here, and then eventually go to the upside. I would eventually interact with longs if we take London lows, because if price just comes to the upside without taking any major sell side liquidity, that's not trustable, honestly. But yeah, price is trying to go to the upside without taking any form of sell side liquidity. We just took 750 lows, which are pre-market lows. And as you can see here, the first presented fair value gap got kind of disrespected to the downside. This is not a clean, it is being respected anyways, but it was kind of respected on the limit here. Yeah, we're still waiting here. There is nothing enticing to take. I would have considered these longs if we have taken London low, but since London low are unpurged, London lows are unpurged, I don't trust it, honestly. Just let me grab this to the left. That way I can zoom in. Yeah, but let's see. Our bias can be wrong. I don't mind to be wrong, but I just mind to be wrong and eventually take place in something, take action in something that eventually is wrong. That's not good. So price took off to the upside. So I guess London lows were not that important, honestly. Price took pre-market open lows out as well. So, but yeah, let's see. Let's see if it comes back to this range, because we still have 830 as resistance right now. We'll mark this video right here, this bullish one. Right now we have some kind of a breaker structure here. If price holds around these levels here, we might see these highs getting taken out. But I want to see price support around these areas right here. This candle right here, I mean, you can eventually consider those candles. But yeah, to be precise, your breakers should be something like this. We have to keep in mind that we are in between analog as well, so we have the event horizon just at the top of these highs. If we are in a bullish leg or bullish expansion, this fib, this implied Fibonacci should be quite precise as well. So yes, we have some confluence. But I really would like to see, I know that we took 3 lows here, but I honestly would have liked to see London lows being swept before any major move to the upside. Let's see if this breaker holds, and or if we just come down. Here you can see another bearish order block since we are in a bearish, some kind of consolidation. Here the bearish order block got respected here just at the tick. But yeah, so far we have a good reaction, so I think that we are eventually primed to see higher prices today. So this would be something like that. Let's see if I can eventually get another retrace. And not any chance to re-enter here. We'll see if price retraces a bit here. So far price stopped at -1 standard deviation, so if we could eventually cut it at 0.5, it would be ideal. So we got that retrace here once again at the fair value gap. We have also 830 as our support. So what I would like to see now is, it may take some time here, but we are inside the 950 to 10, 950 to 10 macro. So let me just check this macro here. Well, I totally forgot about the news, honestly. Yeah, this might not end well. We will have news. And probably it can eventually take us out of our position. So at this point, I think I will wait for news. Let me see if we get another move to the upside. So price will eventually only take action at here in 3 minutes, because we will have news in 3 minutes. Yeah, if I have the chance to re-enter, I will re-enter, but I totally forgot about the news. So we still have 2 minutes. I still believe that at this point we will eventually go higher, but news can eventually stop us out. So that's why I choose to just take off the buy order. If news gives us something like displacement to the downside, then I would reconsider my first plan. Because honestly, this order block here is still being respected. As you can see, price is not willing to close above it. So this might give us mixed feelings, I guess. There we go. News got released. If I hadn't closed the buy order, I would have probably got taken out of this trade with a loss. I'm glad I just took it off before news. We might be correct, but sometimes volatility during news can take us out. So if price just stops around here and respects the bullish breaker and the fair value gap, I might reconsider the long. If not, if we just keep digging lower, I might have to move to plan A, which was sell side liquidity. So far, midnight open just holding as support as well. I had my stop right at midnight open, just a little bit above it. But even if I would have it below, I might have been stomped out. So right now I'm playing this small fair value gap here, but honestly, this order block here got respected as soon as price touched it and is now displacing to the downside. So I think I will move my plan to plan A, which is sell side. We still have London lows to attack. Let's see. I will see how we react here. Since we are right at the first presented fair value gap, it can offer some protection and some support as well. But yeah, price seems not to be able to trade above midnight open as well. And is interacting with the first presented fair value gap now. So if the first presented fair value gap does not give us any type of support, then I might consider the short position. Otherwise, if price starts to turn around here, then we might have a hard day. Price is kind of stuck in between many things, in between the opens, between the first presented for Veliga, between bearish PD arrays as well. So let's wait until price, if price comes back above this line here, above the breaker, then the longs should be considered. Just eliminate this. Price just took a retest on the breaker. This one is an inverted breaker, and we have another bearish order block here. Price is now trying to face it, but it is having some kind of a hard time. Let me just check here DOTE levels. If those are respected or not. Yeah, we respected the 70%. We are back above the midpoint. Tricky market here, because price can eventually stay like that, doing only this type of price action. But yeah, I can see a nice try to get above the breaker once again. So the main point here is that the first presented for Veliga got respected, and now we are seeing what we would like to see, a displacement. So any type of retrace, I will try to play it. So as you can see, the main idea was eventually correct. We are above breaking even from the last trade, but we would be eventually stopped out because of news volatility. That's why I decided to take off the trade before news happened. So let's see if we get a retrace inside this this fair value gap here, the biggest one. I would not like to see price come back below at this point. Otherwise, we will face a harsh environment. I would like to see it starts to climb to the upside. So here we have our retracement. 930 should eventually hold here. I mean 830. It should act as support. At this point, I don't think that we will eventually face midnight open. I guess 8:30 should be our biggest support here, because we have some bullish PUD arrays right at that open. And at this point, we have to give the market some time here. As you can see, the macro hour doesn't give us, it didn't give us much, honestly. It might start to run to the upside. It was not what eventually we could expect. So at this point, I am eventually looking for CPI data highs if this narrative is correct. If we are wrong here and we take a loss, at this point, would consider if this bullish structure doesn't work, I might consider sell side liquidity and eventually yesterday's low or for bearish targets. Right now, not looking good. Price taking a deep retrace. Just notice how this order block got violated. It just stayed. It stood as a bearish defense line, and price is now digging to the downside. We will probably get our position stopped here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so far the bullish narrative didn't work. So this was eventually our plan B. Our plan A was eventually a seek to sell side, but there was nothing to trade on a sell side on the bearish way, so I will still wait. It can also be a seek and destroy day since it's Friday, and eventually we can be seeked and destroyed the whole morning, but we will see. This perfect retracement here on the first presented fair value gap kind of foolish, kind of fooled us, honestly. Because when you have a clean support on price with the first presented fair value gap, it usually it never comes down again. So maybe my stop was too tight. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how price will develop here. If it will eventually invert and come to the downside, or if we have another displacement to the upside and eventually supporting above 830. It seems like price will grind a bit higher. So we might just have to re-enter the trade. If we see another kind of displacement, somehow a displacement to the upside, we might have to re-enter. I almost got stopped out to the tick here. Yeah, there we go. Another try to the upside, another push. Let's see if this time we won't got stopped out here. Otherwise, we are in a seek and destroy environment, and there is not much we can do. Yeah, so far price is testing the original breaker, but honestly not looking good here, since there is no bullish reaction so far. It has respected this bearish value gap to the upside, then came once again to the downside, and yeah, I don't think we will have an easy day, because price is just trapped. And playing with small stops here, it's kind of suicidal, honestly. But you can't large these stops because of the candle size. Yeah, so far price did not make it to the upside. We got rejected at 8:30 open, and seems like we will face once again some measure of movement to the downside. If we lose the first presented fair value gap, then I guess we are primed to see down prices, lower prices, I mean. So at this point, I think that the bullish scenario isn't validated. Since we lost 8:30 open, we are losing midnight open, we are entering 9:30 open and probably losing it too. So this was a tricky situation here where we tried two longs, but none of them worked out. Let's see if we can eventually work this short, because this was our initial plan, to seek for London's sell side liquidity in the first place, and then eventually sell side liquidity here and yesterday's low. We still have to have in mind that price can eventually trigger sell side liquidity on London's low and eventually come to the upside, because these highs here are too clean as well, but we will see. At this point, I would like to see price progress to the downside, losing 9:30 open, going below it, if price maintains its way to the downside, I will probably try to pyramid this position, but we'll do it after we take the London low and see what kind of reaction do we have here. Well, the first minutes were kind of a mess here, honestly. Didn't like how price treated us, honestly. It enticed us, irrespective of the first presented for value gap as well. But yeah, I guess sometimes price does things like that. So right now I would like to see some kind of a formation of a order block here around these levels. I would not like to see a harsh reaction to the upside. Otherwise, these highs will get into play. But I have to allow, honestly, I have to allow a retest around these areas here. So let's see if these two candles will give us the order block that we need. We need some kind of an order block to seek for lower prices. The price taking some time here. I would like to see a close below these two candles, honestly, just to have the formation of an order block. Let's see if price can dig lower and eventually close below as well. That's what I'm intended to see. There we go. So at this point, I will allow another micro here because we formed this order block, which might protect us. And as you can see, the reaction from London lows was not that harsh. So we might expect eventually lower prices. We have Asia low here, down as well. Here we are allowing price to go at least at 50% of the order block, which usually takes place as well. I would not like to see a full retrace of the order block, honestly. I'm expecting the first presented fair value gap to act in some type of way of a resistance here. And eventually 930 will help as a resistance as well. So these are all points that will eventually help us with the retraces. This point I will have to put my stop above midnight open. Notice how we just took London sell side liquidity, London low, and I was strict here. I thought we formed some kind of a order block, but honestly we didn't. So price is now back to this original fair value gap. The bearish one is trying to get above the first presented one as well. It eventually will do so, because we have these relative equal highs here that are too clean, and price might eventually come to the upside, taking those. $930 didn't make any type of resistance in price. Yeah, at this point, I don't think my stop is safe here. Price will probably keep grinding higher. And the thing that we were eventually afraid of, which was the sell side point acting as a inversion point as well, is working so far. So unless the first presented fair value gets respected, which I'm not seeing that happening, we will face eventually these highs, which are too clean here. Yeah, there we go. The first presented fair value gap is acting as support right now, so price will probably keep grinding higher since we already took sell side liquidity from London. So it seems inevitable right now. So this short idea will eventually get stopped out. So that's why I'm taking it off. I just would like to see what price does next, if it comes here to the upside or if it rolls down. Yeah, today's price action is quite boring. It seems like we will eventually go to the upside here. Price is supporting on the idea of the first presented fair value gap. Well, at least we are just trading on demo. I will be back on combines this next Monday. I just violated one of the drawdown rules in the beginning of the week. That's why I kept trading this demo thing, this paper trading thing, until this Friday. So this is my last day. That's why you see so many executions as well. That's not typical when we are trading with a combine. We just have to have the hand out of the trigger, and demo it's kind of different. We all know that. Yeah, for those watching, I just placed the take profit here because we have CPI data highs here, and it might eventually attack these data highs. My initial plan, honestly, was a bearish plan, seeking for London's low and eventually Asia low, and consequently yesterday's low. But then price came to the upside, leaving London low, and I took the first buy here when we retraced from the first presented fair value gap, but this didn't work. I had the order block here telling me you will probably not pass from here, and that's what really happened. Then I got subbed out here with this leg down, and once again we disrespected this whole bearish fair value gap, and in the first retrace I just bought again, but didn't work again, and then I decided, okay, we will attack the sell side liquidity on London's low, and eventually Asia low as well. But as soon as we took London's low, we started to grind to the upside. It took me out, and that's it. It seems like price is trying to destroy everybody who's trying to participate on it. Well, so far a nice reaction from the first presented fair value gap. We are displacing to the upside here. So I think that these highs here are all the low-hanging fruit. These highs here, at least these ones here, because they are at -1 standard deviation from this projection, but this projection is not. Let me take this off. This is not valuable. That is not valid now. So yeah, these highs here are at -2.5 standard deviation, so these might trigger some partials here, and eventually, because it has some confluence with these highs, with the event horizon, it is quite near from buy side liquidity as well. After this buy side liquidity, we still have London high, so let's see how this will follow through. a continuation of the upside. So far reaching 1.5 standard deviation, but we are still grinding up. So now price is facing the last order block, which we can consider is this one here. We are facing 50% of it, so this might get a reaction as well. Let's see, but after this, if price maintains itself above these bearish idea arrays, I guess the only thing that we need is some kind of speed to reach at least that 2.5 standard deviation. But we will see. I think I will get this off of here. We'll just put this one here. Another harsh reaction from price here. If we really come down once again, then this is the no day. Almost break even once again, and this is probably what price will give us this morning session here. Yeah, not much to work with, honestly. super happy. Yeah. Yeah, seems like a boring morning here, honestly. Boring price action. First presented for value gap, acting once again as support. But I guess we will have this zigzag until the end of the New York session, at least, and or lunch hour can eventually give us something more, but I don't see it happen, honestly. I think that the PM session should eventually give us some more to work with, because this morning session was crap, honestly. Yeah, retracing once again from the first presented fair value gap, but as you can see, price is not working in a way that can give us anything profitable here. Okay, we have some large moves. We have 50 handle moves, which are quite considerable, but the direction is not an easy read, honestly. This is just a zigzag where price will just make a new low or new high. This case is a new low. Then a swing high. Then eventually we'll do another swing low and retrace about 70% of each swing, which is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, 80%. Yeah, 80% is a lot as a retracement, honestly. So if I would consider a 80% retrace on this swing high, yeah, it would be here. Yeah, poor price action, honestly. And as you can see, price just stuck here at the order block, at the bearish order block here. We have this one here, which respected this one here. So all these bearish order blocks got respected. And now we have displacement to the upside. Yeah, this is a crazy environment, honestly. A displacement at 11 o'clock. Let's see if this displacement holds or not. I don't think it will hold. Price is really playing tricks here, even for those who are mainly short. I don't see anything where you could eventually profit from short positions. The only one was right here, which is this down leg. This was the only one that you could eventually profit from. There you go. You have these are all signs that price is not in its best shape. I mean, you have a 50 handle candle to the upside, and in the next minute this 50 handle candle size will be retraced in a couple of seconds. So this really means a lot. I'm glad I'm not messing with combines and with real money, honestly, because these are the type of environments that you should not be present in, honestly. And back to break even here. So see how price just made about 50 handle run in a couple of seconds, and after it just retraced all the way back down to break even. I can say I'm just here for the sake of the stream, honestly. Because this is not the type and the environment that you want to trade with real money and real accounts. Well, guys, at this point there is not much I can say from this price action, honestly. If you have any questions, any doubts, just shoot your questions. I don't mind trying to answer them. You can put it on the chat, and I will try to answer those questions. Because this price action is really getting very boring, and I'm glad I'm trading a demo account right now. I'm glad I decided not to reset any combines or do some strange things that our mind sometimes entices to do. Yeah, another stop loss will get hit. Yeah, this is a terrible day, honestly. And as you can see, there isn't that much we can do, honestly. Even if I move to a bearish scenario right now, because we still have Asia lows to take, I don't think that we would be profitable with it. This price will eventually do another low, but then retrace hard again to the upside. Or it can eventually come and retrace right here, right now. Price inverted once again. The first presented for value gap is playing below the opens. Some minutes ago I just checked the OTE levels. Yeah, we are respecting deep OTE levels here. Well, just for the sake of the stream, I might engage with another one, but let me just see how we can eventually do it. yeah, once again, terrible price action. Well, guys, I will probably end the stream soon. This price action is giving us nothing, just wasting our mental capital, because it will do an upside down, upside down, upside down, zigzag, and it will continue doing it until eventually at 2 p.m. something happens. And yeah, I guess that's it. There's nothing more to see here or to do here. I'm glad I'm just taking trades on a demo account, just testing this and testing that. So this could be eventually a terrible day for those who are trading real money, or eventually combine accounts. I can eventually smell all those resets on the combines, because this is the type of environment that many traders try to engage with, and it's kind of hard, because the bias is not defined. We are once again at the open, at 9:30 open. Price action is kind of thick, I would say, and usually this happens as soon as the first presented for value gap in the first minutes of its presentation. If it gets pierced to the upside and pierced to the downside, usually not 100%, but usually this means that we will have a hard day, and you can hear me saying that in the first minutes of the beginning of the stream. So, and yeah, it got pierced to the downside, then got pierced to the upside, and what we have as a morning session, nothing. Price is just taking stops from people, and that's it. So this is one more thing to have in mind and to have an account. So I hope you at least learned something from today's price action, because this is the type of environment that you really want to avoid when you are trading something that is real, or your combines, or your funded accounts, or something like this. Eventually, if I would have been here with my combines or funded accounts, I would have probably hit to our stops. Yeah, probably, because this was the trickiest one here. I probably would not have re-entered, but then eventually got stopped out at a short position here, around here, because eventually I would have gone for something that would allow me to take out my drawdown, and this was not enough to take out my drawdown. So eventually I would have been burned if I've traded any type of funded or combined account here. So let's see, the main bias, my initial bias, was sell side liquidity as Asia lows, and eventually yesterday's low too. I don't know if we will have them as targets, but it will stay just like this, and we will see. I will just let it run. Okay, so thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for your patience, and thank you very much for interacting with these pools and showing me that you guys have some interaction with me. I hope to see you next Monday, and I hope to be in a that the market will be in a better shape as well, and I hope that next Monday I will be trading the combines and do better. That's the whole purpose of this. It's to do every day a little bit better. Even if we just progress 1% a day, that would be awesome. So thank you very much for being here, and see you next Monday. Have a nice weekend, guys. Thank you.